What if I told you that one of the most naturally beautiful states in the US is also one of the hardest to keep people living in? Alaska has it all. Towering mountains, pristine wilderness, and a unique culture shaped by rugged independence. Yet year after year, more people leave the state than move in. And this isn't just a short-term trend. Alaska has been experiencing a slow but consistent population decline for over a decade. So, what's going on? To understand why so many people are leaving Alaska, you first need to understand what makes living there so different from the rest of the United States. For starters, Alaska is remote. It's not connected to the lower 48 by road without passing through Canada, and even within Alaska itself, many communities aren't accessible by highway at all. In fact, over 80% of the state's communities aren't connected to a road system. That means everyday tasks, like getting groceries or traveling for medical care, can involve long drives, ferries, or even small planes. Then there's the cost of living. Alaska consistently ranks among the most expensive states in the country, especially when it comes to food, fuel, and utilities. Much of what Alaskans consume has to be flown or shipped in, which drives prices way up. Even in Anchorage, the most populous city, prices for basics like milk and gas can shock visitors. And let's not forget the weather. Winters in much of Alaska are not just cold, they're brutally dark. Some towns experience months with only a few hours of daylight each day. Seasonal affective disorder is common, and for people used to sunshine and mild winters, adjusting to Alaska's climate can be overwhelming. But while the cold, dark, and high prices are tough, they're not the only reasons people leave. A big factor is opportunity, or the lack of it. Alaska's economy is heavily dependent on just a few industries, including oil and gas, fishing, tourism, and government jobs. That means job growth is limited, and in many rural areas, stable employment is hard to come by. When oil prices drop, so does Alaska's revenue, and that affects public services and the job market statewide. Young people in particular often leave the state for better opportunities elsewhere. College students who head to the lower 48 for school may not return, especially if they find better pay and more options in other states. And for families, the rising cost of housing and limited education choices in some regions can be a serious concern. Healthcare is another challenge. While Anchorage and Fairbanks have hospitals and clinics, many rural Alaskan communities lack adequate medical care. That means residents might have to fly hundreds of miles for even routine procedures. For aging Alaskans or those with chronic conditions, this can become a major reason to move. Still, not everyone is leaving. Many Alaskans are deeply tied to the land, the culture, and the lifestyle. Indigenous communities who have lived in the region for generations are proud to stay. And others simply love the freedom, solitude, and closeness to nature that Alaska offers. Plus, programs like the Permanent Fund Dividend, which pays residents a yearly share of state oil revenues, do provide some incentive to stick around. But even with these benefits, the numbers don't lie. Between 2013 and 2023, Alaska lost more residents than it gained nearly every year. It's one of just a few states with a net out-migration trend over such a long period. So, why do so many people leave Alaska? The answer isn't just one thing, it's a combination. High costs, extreme isolation, harsh winters, limited job growth, and inconsistent access to healthcare and education all add up. For many, Alaska is a dream, a place to visit, or even to live for a while. But long-term, it can be a tough place to stay. Still, the people who do remain are some of the most resilient and self-reliant in the country. And for them, the challenge is worth it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment what other reasons you think there may be for this happening.